I'm Ellis Martin. Join me now for a conversation with Claudia Tornquist, President and CEO of Kodiak Copper Corporation, trading as KDK on the TSX Venture Exchange, KDKCF in the U.S., and 5DD1 in Frankfurt. Claudia, welcome back to the program. Nice to have you on the air today.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me, Ellis.
You have a 25,000-meter drill program planned for 2023, and you're going to be focusing on multiple new targets with the goal of making one or more new discoveries. Tell us about it.
Yes, it's a very exciting time of the year as we are getting ready to start the drill again. And like last year, or like the last 2 years, we have a substantial program planned around 25,000 meters. But this year's program will be very different in that in previous years, we have focused on our first discovery, the Gate Zone. That was where almost all or the vast majority of our drilling went. And this year, we are taking the model that was successful at the Gate Zone and will drill other targets on the property, which have equally as much discovery potential. So very exciting year. We bought MPD originally because we like the big footprint and think it has real size potential. So this year, we will start proving up that size potential and really showing the market that what we have here is a very large multi-center porphyry system. That's our aim.
That does sound exciting to me, Claudia. Now tell us about some of these targets coming up for this year.
Well, we have a lot of them all over the property. In total, we have 18 target areas. And of those 18 so far, we have only really drilled 3 at Gate, at Dillard, and at Prime. So this year we have the Man target very high on our list. That's also one of the historically drilled target areas on the property. It has very strong copper and gold previously drilled and also surface anomalies. And we have now with last year's program seeing a large geophysical anomaly that goes down to a depth of 600 meters. So very promising targets and very excited to start drilling there. Then we also have very interesting targets in the X claims on the southern portion of our property. There is the 1516 claim, which is very much an analog to the Gate Zone. It is in exactly the same structural setting. There is this magnetic northwestern trend on our property, and where we found Gate is in a break in this trend. And following this trend, the next break is at the 1516 zone. And just like Gate, this zone also has very large and strong surface anomaly on top. So it's a very promising target. Has not been drilled in the past, except for some very shallow holes very long time ago, decades ago. So excited about that target too. And then at X in the southern part of our property, we also have other interesting targets. And those have been drilled historically and have some of the best historic drill results on the property. For example, one of them is 111 meters of 0.56% copper. That's really not so bad at all. And those targets, they were drilled by historic operators, very shallow, and with a very different targeting strategy than what we do. Essentially, those operators, they looked for mag highs, shallow mag highs, and drilled those. And what we see there is that at the bottom of some of those holes, there is strong copper grades and strong porphyry mineralization. But what the previous operators were looking for were really these mag highs. They didn't follow up with deeper holes. But what we learned at the Gate Zone is that below the shallow drilling that there are higher grades present, and we will now test the X targets in a similar way.
We spoke about Dillard East a few interviews back. What more can you tell us?
On a Dillard, we received some more of last year's drill results, and they are similar to what we've seen in our previous drilling so far. We have intercepted long intervals of lower grade mineralization. So we've now outlined at Dillard a large area of mineralization from surface, but we have not seen the high grades like at the Gate Zone yet. So the hunt is still on for the high grade source of this lower grade mineralization at Dillard. And we'll do more drilling, but for now, we're still waiting for more results at Dillard. And we will then decide on next steps and when and where to drill again at Dillard.
And there's two other zones here I think we should cover that are mentioned in this news release, which can be found on your website, KodiakCopperCorp.com, the blue and the sky zone. Now, it's not blue sky zone, it's blue and then the sky zone. Talk about that.
Yeah, those are two new trends that we identified through our geochemical work, through soil sampling, where we have kilometer-scale soil anomalies, so copper and gold on surface. And that's important because we see a very close correlation at MPD between copper and gold on surface and then what we see in the mineralization drilling. Literally everywhere where we drill a soil anomaly, we then hit mineralization. And so that those new anomalies will be important new target areas, and we'll explore those further and define drill targets eventually in preparation for drilling there too.
There's something that stands out on the news release, at least to copper bugs like me, is surface sample that you've collected at the new Eclipse zone with almost 4% copper. That's pretty strong.
Yes, that's a prospecting sample from our regional program. And we were certainly very excited about that. Yeah, as I said, a grab sample with almost 4% copper, 0.6 grams gold, and over 60 grams silver. Very high grade. And that's in a new area that has never been drilled before. And we'll certainly do more work there and see what else we can find.
The copper market's looking very, very good right now. It's holding its own. And I think the need and the demand in the supply chain for copper will not decrease. And you're certainly doing everything you can to position Kodiak Copper Corp for the continuing electrification of the planet.
I agree. There couldn't be a better time to advance a large copper exploration project and copper discoveries such as MPD. There will be lots of demand for copper, I have no doubt. And so I'm very excited to embark on another big drill campaign at MPD and really show and prove up the size potential of this system.
And Claudia, in addition to being a sponsor of the program, I am also a shareholder of Kodiak Copper Corp. I haven't sold one share since I've purchased about a year and a half ago, and there's certainly an opportunity for anyone to either become involved, that's their choice, or to accumulate more. I leave that with the listener. Claudia, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. I look forward to our next chat. Cheers.
Thank you, Ellis.
I've been speaking with Claudia Tornquist, President and CEO of Kodiak Copper Corporation, trading as KDK on the TSX Venture Exchange, KDKCF in the U.S., and 5DD1 in Frankfurt. Find the complete story on the company's website, KodiakCopperCorp.com. I'm Ellis Martin.